Okay, so you've made your boxes and bullets plan by now. You've followed this part of this next step. You've planned how your essay will go, and now you're going to begin drafting. And I bet you're wondering how to get started. I want to show you my essay example so that you can maybe try to imitate it a little bit as you begin your own essay. So, I've got copies of this essay for you. You should have one now in front of you. If you don't, go get one and pause the video, go get one. Here's my essay. I'm going to take some notes on this essay and I want you to do it too. So here are a few things I want you to notice. Please take these notes and please plan to imitate my essay just a little bit. I've given a title. Look how the title is not fancy. It is not underlined. I've capitalized keywords. You could choose whether or not you want to capitalize a small word like that one. Maybe, in fact, when I edit, I would make that a lowercase. But these letters are capitalized. I've included who wrote the story. That's me. So your name would go there. And again, I've capitalized the important letters, including in the word by. Or you could maybe write an essay by whoever. But I prefer if it's just simpler, the better. There's a little bit of a space here. Now let's get into what I actually wrote. Before I even show you my introduction, I'm going to show you how I followed my boxes and bullets plan. So this whole paragraph, that's my intro. And we'll talk about it in a minute when we're ready to, but now I want to show you how I followed the boxes and bullets plan. So I'll open up to the boxes and bullets plan from the last video. And remember, there were two options for which essay you want to write. I chose essay option 2, where I'm going to write about 3 different craft moves, all supporting one goal. Okay, so in my boxes and bullets plan, I said that my first paragraph would be about inner thinking. Watch. Since Strayed is so often alone on the trail, her memoir uses inner thinking to tell the story of her hike. Look how I repeated that language. And this is my body paragraph number 1. Body paragraph number 1. Look how it has a topic sentence. First thing. Everything that I say in this paragraph will be about her inner thinking, telling the story of her hike because she's alone on the trail. As she first sets out her inner thinking, look, I use that language again, reveals that she's unsure about her ability to endure this adventure. Okay, so I restated the question. And now I'm starting to answer the question, going by my boxes and bullets plan. She says, in moments among my various agonies, I noticed the beauty that surrounded me, the wonder of things both small and large, the color of a desert flower that brushed against me on the trail, or the grand sweep of the sky as the sun faded over the mountains. Now I used this trick, the ... to fade out the quote because I don't need to use the whole quote. That quote goes on and on and on about the beautiful nature things she notices. But I did include the quotation marks right there and then parenthesis, page number, end parenthesis, period. I want you to include in your essay where you got the quote. The period goes after the page number. Got it? Okay, so I've given a quote and now we know I've given the quote and I need to do letter E, expand, explain my answer. And look how many lines it took me to do that. Even though she is in pain, she can't help but observe her breathtaking environment. This is significant because, oh, that looks familiar. If you look on my closet, you'll see those prompts to help us speculate about theme. And one of those is that language, this is significant because. Maybe you could try some of that language. This is significant because she has been unable to look past the pain of her life, and so her ability to recognize the beauty of the trail illustrates how she is developing a different identity as a result of her trail adventure. The craft move of sharing her inner thinking supports the theme that the difficulty of this experience is helping her become someone new. Look how much language from these notes that I used here. I used craft move language, inner thinking, and supports the theme, all in this last sentence. I wonder if you could imitate that, repeating our academic language to make that last sentence really stick and to kind of close out your important paragraph. Okay, so my boxes and bullets plan says that the next paragraph I write needs to be about description, her descriptions. Let's see. Body paragraph number 2. Her description of herself and her surroundings on the trail show readers the effects of her punishing journey. Okay, I did it. Her description shows readers the effects of her punishing journey. Along the trail, Strayed is scraped, bruised, blistered, and torn. At several points, her battered body seems like it might not make it another step along the trail. So I'm still in that phase of restating and beginning to answer how the description supports this new version of herself that I have in my thesis statement, my claim. Okay? I haven't even gotten to citing evidence yet. Not quite. Having stopped at a campsite, Strayed massages her sore feet and thinks to herself, okay, so look how I'm leading into this quote by a tiny bit of a setup, like a little bit of a summary to show how this quote fits in. I'm not just plopping the quote in the middle. Having stopped at a campsite, Strayed massages her sore feet and thinks to herself, another one of my, oops, I misspelled a word. There's editing for you. Another one of my blackened toenails was separating from my toe. I gave it a tug and it came all the way off. I tossed it into the grass. Look, here I did it again. This is the pattern I need you to use for quotes. Close quotation mark, parenthesis, page number, parenthesis, period. Be sure to follow that plan. Okay, so now in my boxes and bullets plan, I did the R, the A, and the C. I cited the evidence, I gave a quote, and now I need to explain it. While this stomach-turning detail is quite off-putting, it shows readers that Strayed is physically shedding parts of herself from her past. With this toenail gone, another one will grow back in its place. Descriptions like her toenail support the idea that the difficulty of the journey forces her regrowth. Look, I did it again. I included language straight from the notes. Descriptions, like the toenail, support the theme. Maybe I could even use that word here, theme. Maybe that would be a good revision. What do you think? Okay, so then on to the next paragraph. What do you think of my essay so far? Haha. The next paragraph is symbolism, so this better be what this next paragraph is about if I did what I'm supposed to do. Oh, yes. Okay. Strayed often uses symbolism, so I did that, from the trail as a way to tell the story of her journey. Toward the end of her hike, as she's laying down after the end of a long day, she hears an owl. Guys, look, I transitioned right away from the R, restating and answering, and now I'm setting up my quote, right? This is a setup. Toward the end of her hike, she's lying down at the end of a long day, and she hears an owl. She recalls, oh, there I did it again, those 3 dots, which are called ellipses, to lead into a quote without using the whole thing. As I dozed off, I heard an owl in a tree directly overhead. Hoo, hoo, it hooted with a call that was at once so strong and so gentle that I woke up. There's that pattern again. You've seen it before. The owl seems to be a symbol, there's academic language, symbol, of Strayed, who has grown to become much stronger and more gentle than her pre-PCT self. Whereas before, ooh, that's a good word, showing some contrast. Whereas before, she was emotionally weak and quite harsh in her relationships, Strayed now seems to have a combination of tenderness of heart and strength of body and mind to succeed on the trail. Okay, I did it. I restated and answered. Then I set up the quote. Then I gave the quote. Then I explained the quote. The owl is calling who seems significant. There's more of that prompting because Strayed is developing a new sense of who she really is, her identity. Guys, those are the body paragraphs. That's how I want you to try to write and really elevate your writing here by following your plan. So if you feel ready, or if you don't feel ready, pause here and kind of go back and watch my video. Use the notes that you took on your copy of the essay. And in the next video, I'll show you how to do your intro and your conclusion. Great job, guys.